Okay, Horsey, I'm coming for you one more time for this comic, and then I will leave it alone. You have John Adams holding this letter that he wrote to his wife, and it says, "May none but honest and wise men ever rule under this roof." And you have it attributed to Trump here, as if his stupidity is what he's talking about, when in fact, you should know better and know that it's not, because John Adams was a Federalist, all right? Along with Hamilton and Madison and others, founding fathers, and their belief, when they're talking about wise men, their belief was that only the wealthy were wise enough to make laws for the land. And they are very clear over and over in their papers, the Federalist Papers, which I understand most people haven't read, but you could skim the shit. Or the other surrounding publications at the time period, and they're very clear saying that it takes a wise, wealthy man to temper the imprudence of democracy, that democracy is dangerous, that giving poor people a voice is dangerous because poor people are not wise enough to make long-term decisions because we allow our feelings to rush in, and we're going to make long-term bad economic decisions. That's basically what they're saying over and over and over through all of their essays. Hamilton is actually extremely clear in saying that poor people should not be trusted. They're just not wise. And so when he's saying, "May nobody but a wise man be under this roof," he's not talking about Trump. Trump would have been in the club. Trump would have been in the club. What John Adams is talking about is actually all of these people down here, the women, the brown people, the poor people who aren't landowners. These people are actually who he's talking about, because he and his friends are very vocal in history for thinking that they should not be trusted to make laws and decisions. And in fact, in the Federalist Papers and in the writings, they suggest that the importance of having a widespread voting system and a system large enough that the poor people cannot see their power amassed. And that is why they made the elections bigger going forward. That's why. It was so that they could control the narrative in individual pockets, because since the 1600s, the biggest fear that the elite have had has been the poor joining forces. I mean, it starts in the 1660s with all of our segregation and reproductive laws, and it just moves forward to there. I mean, there's a whole 100 years of laws that are the foundation for what our founding fathers did in the 1760s and 1770s, and then post-Revolutionary War, when our founding fathers then took all of the wealth that they had promised would belong to everybody, and kept it for themselves, and then locked up dissenters and sent troops to quell and crush dissenters. So, yeah, wise men, he would have been in the club. Know your history before you put out a whole page comic that's going to ruin my Sunday tea, all right? Have a good day.